Hey, thanks for joining me. Travis from the Knife Joker. Today coming at you with, well, one model, but two knives. A new Spyderco, really. The Spyderco Endela. This one being the C243. We got the PBK and the SBK. Plain edge, serrated edge. And Spyderco has made it easy for years and years to tell from a distance. Serrated yellow, white plain edge. But yeah, the P plain edge and the S serrated edge. And if you're a Spyderco, fiend or a collector or whatever, you're just completely ignoring me right now or changing the channel. But I do like the Spyderco box. They have the Made in Japan right there on the outside now, which they haven't always had. And, to go over the when were these made type thing. Well, these just came out, so they do put the date right there on the box in code. CSBS. That's the code. And there's already videos about that, but S being the year, it's month and year. Month and year. So S. If I always have to count it out on my fingers. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S. 19. So yeah, it's 19th, 2019. S is the 19th letter. And B. So that's January, February. February 2019. January, February, March of 2019. And you can see that on any Spyderco box since, 2001. A lot of you knew that. But now there's another video of it. The Spyderco Endela. So, to say a little bit the same as the Delica, a little bit the same as the Endura, that split the size knife. Split the differences of both worlds. Some people think the Delica is too small, and some people don't like the Endura because it's too big. So, if you're not an FRN fan or something like that, well, it's still FRN. If you're not a VG10 fan, well, it's still VG10. If you're not a backlock fan, it's still a backlock. But if you are a fan of all those things and you just, want a different size knife, maybe an in-between size knife, is it the perfect knife? The perfect size knife? Let's check it out. Just opened it. I didn't pre-open this one. I kind of want to check the quality out. Coming out of Japan in, we just figured it out. February and March of 2019. What are they doing over there? Sometimes they say the quality varies a little bit. So, we'll check the centering. This one looks like the serrated edge to me. Unless the bevel grind is just completely off. Let's just find out right now. Is this the serrated one? And thank goodness, yes, it is. There's that Spyderco VG10. The grind finish coming out of Japan here on this serrated edge. Looking pretty good. I'm looking through the camera, and it's looking pretty nice. Just gonna take my time and look at it. Really trying to look at the quality of the grind. Looks just like classic Japan Spyderco. Every country has that different looking spider. And there's a classic Japan spider right there. Jimping, looking nice. well, the feel in hand, it just felt natural. Feels good. Size of it feels, you know, kind of like my Endura. Felt initially a little bit more like the Endura than it did the Delica. Still, we're just kind of checking that quality. I don't think the FRN has varied too much, or, you know, sometimes one's smoother than the other. But, you know, they say the grinding really varies from Japan. Sometimes the centering. So, yeah, that's the serrated one. Not a bad grind at all. Right out of the box. Just trying that little Spidey flick action. Definitely a one-handed knife. That's what they were designed for. Very, you know, smooth for just being what it is. Let's get out this other one. Well, it just feels real natural in hand. I mean, I do carry an Endura in my left pocket a lot of times. If I carry a Delica, it's usually in my right pocket. I even move the clip up here to carry the Endura in my left pocket a lot. So this being once again, Endela, it feels a lot like my Endura. Maybe not quite as much room in this area. I'm gonna have to see here in a minute if that's true or not. Could feel like the handle's a little different right there in that area. Let's check this one out. This plain edge coming out of Japan. Right out of the box. I mean, I guess I touched the top of the knife here a couple times, but what's the plain edge grind? Let's try to check it out. Looking decently consistent. Of course, I just lost my focus. So, well, that's unfortunate. Just lost my focus, but just trying to refocus. So thanks for bearing with me. Still just checking out that plain edge. Gonna put them down here side by side. The plain edge, the serrated. So am I gonna show anything different in this video? I think anybody doing a video of this Endela is gonna do the exact same video that I'm gonna do right now. But I mean, it is what it is. It's a comparison. It's an in-between knife. You're gonna take your Endela. The first thing you're gonna do when you get it, or a reviewer gets it, or anybody gets it, they're gonna look and see how big is it compared to their Delica, and how big is it compared to your Endura. I mean, it's just gonna happen. You know, that's what you're gonna do. And well, here it is. If you don't have one in person, in hand, my layman's camera and bumping it around, trying to get them lined up here. But there they are. Of course, the closest knife always looks biggest. So I could switch them around here, back and forth. Endela, Delica, Endela, Endura. We'll put the Endura down the bottom. Not to make it look biggest, but it is the biggest. Just try to get a little lined up shot here. That's what I was saying though. Let's check this out in particular. Just, you know, that could happen too. Really. Well, maybe I rushed the video. Kind of excited to get one in hand. So I just opened these a little bit ago. I barely handled one. Try and line this up real quick. There's the Endura on the back and the Endela on the front. You can definitely see a little more length here on the back of the Endura. There is more length as long as I have these lined up right. Actually, it could be a little bit more. I think they're lined up good now. Be a little bit more there. Could be a slightly different shape on the back. Oh, it's just shorter. I was wondering, this area here felt a little shorter to my hand. And is it? Not really. Pretty much the same. I'll try to feel it one more time real quick. Yeah, I suppose it is. I mean, just looking at it real quick, feeling it real quick. And I'm not sure exactly where they shortened it up, but they shortened it up in some area. One of these has to be a little shorter than the other. Maybe it's just right there in that back area where they took the length off. I'm not sure exactly where they took the length off. Let's check out these blade shapes side by side. Probably the same video everyone else has been doing or has already done. But it's the same thing I think any of us would do if we just got one. Trying to line those up pretty precisely. There we go. I mean, we knew it was a different blade shape, a different blade length, and just helps you imagine where you might be gaining or losing it. Probably one of my more poorly set up videos. Pretty good comparison right there. Let's try to get the other one on top. They get 3 knives going here and get really sloppy. Could always dust one if it doesn't work out. Probably could have made a jig for this and spent a few hours setting up. But I think I just spent a few minutes. I got a little excited about it. I can't line them up exactly perfect, but that's pretty darn close right there. If you look at that. You know, what do I see? I see that Endura handle with just a little bit of length taken out of the back here. And the same Endura front. This is just not quite as sharp on the Delica. If you see, this is more rounded, and then on the Endela and the Endura, it comes straighter down. So it's definitely that Endura handle. Maybe everyone knew that already. Well, there, I said it again. And not the Delica handle. Definitely not the Delica handle on the front. But they're all similar. But I think it's the Delica blade shape. Bigger Delica blade shape. And a little bit more belly as opposed to, well, the Endura. Of course, if you lengthen this out, I guess it would have less belly. But yeah, I guess, now that I'm just seeing it in person, maybe we all knew that was the design in the first place. The Endura handle a little smaller with the Delica blade a little bigger. And, seeing it in person, I guess it's just reinforced that it's what it actually is. Pretty weird to say. So here's 2 versions of that Endela. And people keep saying, well, is that going to be it? Will they come out with ZDP? will they come out with the ZDP versions? I mean, no one knows really. I can't see how they wouldn't come out with the ZDP versions. You know, it fills a gap. It's not a replacement knife. It's not a knife, you know, it just fills that gap right in. So I don't see how they couldn't keep going with it. My whole point here is there's been a lot of great versions of the Delica and the Endura over the years. I mean, all kinds of different versions, and we all know that. I'm not sure exactly how many versions. Is it 10 versions? 20 versions of the Delica that have come out over the years? Is it 30 versions of the Delica that have come out? So to say, well, you know, will there be any ZDP versions of the Endela coming out? You know, that's hard to say. I would say absolutely, but you know, I have no idea. How could there not be? That's what I'd think. So the sprint runs on the Endura that we've had, the special runs of the Delica, you know, there's been a lot of great ones made. So how could they not keep it? There's been exclusives of the Delica. I have a user. And, well, the Endura there. And some crazy versions of it too. So, how many versions of the Endela will we see? I don't know. What steel will come out? How long will they run? I can't see the Endela really going away after the success of the Delica and the Endura. So not to go over that anymore, I think I covered my point of, I think it'll keep going. Is it the perfect size knife? You know, that only dictates by your hand size and the laws where you are. Of course, the use of the knife, sure. But first off, to me, you know, maybe the law is the most important, but you pick up a knife, you feel it in hand, and how does it feel? It feels a lot like an Endura with a, you know, barely smaller blade. So probably, not exactly what everyone else has said, but probably another side-by-side comparison of the Endela and the Endura and the Delica. It's a great trio. I myself will probably end up having one, if not multiple ones, over the course of the years when more versions come out. You know, you can't hold me to that, but I can only be pretty darn confident that this isn't going away. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button. I could use some more subscribers. I'll try to just keep coming out with some decent videos and not knock the camera over, lose my focus too often. If you want to see more about these Endela, you could check them out at thenifejoker.com. And we'll see you next time.